On October the 13th, 2000, during a NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race at the Texas Motor Speedway, Tony Roper was involved in a high-speed crash that would ultimately cost him his life. The 35-year-old driver from Missouri had been competing in the series since its early days and was making his 60th career start. Coming from a well-known racing family, Roper had built his career steadily, working his way up through the ranks without major backing or attention. But that night in Texas, a split-second incident resulted in fatal injury, one that would mark the third NASCAR death that year alone. But what exactly happened in those final moments? And how did the crash play a role in changing NASCAR safety forever? Let's talk about it. This is the infamous death of Tony Roper. Tony Roper's early life and racing career were profoundly influenced by his family's deep-rooted involvement in motorsports, particularly through his father, Dean Roper. Dean was a distinguished figure in the racing community. He had begun his racing journey in 1959, eventually competing in prestigious events like the 1983 Daytona 500, where he achieved a commendable 15th place finish. Growing up in such an environment, Tony was naturally drawn to the world of racing. Reflecting on his formative years, Tony once said, "I've been travelling with my father since I was a tyke. Certainly, racing was all I ever wanted to do." This early exposure not only fueled his passion but also provided him with invaluable insights and connections within the racing community. Like many aspiring racers, Tony's racing pursuits began with go-karts, eventually progressing to IMCA modifieds and late model stock cars on various Midwest dirt and asphalt tracks. In 1991, Tony transitioned to full-time racing, driving for John Childs, a St. Louis area tire shop owner known for supporting emerging talents. His skill was evident, leading to a significant milestone in 1992, where he became the runner-up for the American Speed Association Rookie of the Year. The ASA was renowned for nurturing talents like Mark Martin and Dick Trickle, underscoring the caliber of the competition Tony was up against. This opportunity allowed Tony to gain some recognition in the scene. His wife, Michelle Roper, said, "Even while he experienced the challenges every driver faces, Tony never let go of his dream." This determination propelled him forward, leading him to participate in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series starting in 1995, and later the Busch Series in 1999. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series was the newest of NASCAR's 3 national divisions when Tony Roper joined in its first season. Unlike the traditional stock cars used in the Cup, the Truck Series featured full-bodied pickup trucks, offering a unique and highly competitive format that quickly gained popularity with the fans. The series became known for its intense close-quarter racing on a mix of short tracks, intermediate ovals, and road courses. It served both as a proving ground for emerging talent and a haven for seasoned drivers, and it played a pivotal role in shaping the careers of many future NASCAR stars. Tony's performances included 8 top 10 finishes and a standout second-place result at the Indianapolis Raceway Park in 1998. In the days leading up to the O'Reilly 400, Tony was preparing for his 60th start in the NASCAR Truck Series. He was driving the number 26 Ford for MB Motorsport and had qualified in 15th position. The Texas Motor Speedway, located in Fort Worth, Texas, is one of NASCAR's premier high-speed ovals, known for its steep banking, long straightaways, and capacity to host over 150,000 fans. Opened in 1996, it quickly became a cornerstone of the NASCAR calendar, hosting events in the Cup Series, Xfinity Series, and the Craftsman Truck Series. The race began and drivers jostled for positions in the early laps. By lap 32, Roper was maneuvering through the field, aiming to improve his standing. As the pack approached turn 4, a sequence of events unfolded that would have tragic consequences. Steve Grissom, piloting the number 43 Dodge Motorsports truck for Petty Enterprises, was engaged in a close battle with Rick Ware in the number 51 Line X Chevrolet. In the heat of the competition, Cope's truck made contact with Grissom's bumper as he tried to overtake, causing Grissom to decelerate unexpectedly. Roper was approaching at full speed and was attempting to navigate between Grissom and Ware. Due to the contact, in the tight confines of the track, this sent his number 26 Ford into a sudden and violent rightward spin. The truck collided head-on with a concrete wall along the front stretch, a forceful impact that would crumple the end of the vehicle. In the chaotic aftermath, Grissom's truck also struck Roper's driver's side before both vehicles came to a rest on the infield grass. Emergency response teams arrived promptly, working diligently to remove Roper from the wreckage. He was unresponsive and was immediately transported to the infield care centre before being airlifted to Parkland Memorial Hospital in Dallas. Medical evaluations revealed that Roper had sustained a severe neck injury, which impeded blood flow to his brain. Despite exhaustive medical efforts, he succumbed to his injuries the following morning on October 14th, 2000, at the age of 35. In the aftermath of Tony Roper's accident, the motorsports community was once again confronted with the inherent dangers of racing. Roper's fatal crash was the third such incident in NASCAR that year, following the deaths of Adam Petty and Kenny Irwin Jr., both of whom succumbed to basilar skull fractures sustained during racing accidents. These consecutive tragedies intensified scrutiny on driver safety and underscored the urgent need for enhanced protective measures. The head and neck support device, developed by Dr. Robert Hubbard in the early 1980s, emerged as a pivotal innovation in addressing these safety concerns. Designed to prevent the violent forward movement of the head in frontal collisions, the HANS device significantly reduced the risk of injury by restraining the head and neck in alignment with the torso during impacts. Despite its life-saving potential, early adoption of the HANS device faced resistance within the community. Drivers were initially hesitant, citing discomfort and questioning its necessity. Jim Downing, a 5-time champion and advocate for the HANS device, said, "When I got to Pocono, everybody was calling me names. People were asking me, why do you want to use something like that for?" However, the devastating losses of Petty, Irwin Jr. and Roper served as a catalyst for change. We also can't forget about the deaths of Dale Earnhardt and Blaze Alexander that cemented this decision. The NASCAR community began to recognize the imperative for improved safety protocols. In 2001, NASCAR mandated the use of head and neck restraint devices, including the HANS device, for all drivers. This mandate marked a significant shift in the sport's approach to safety, with the HANS device being widely regarded as one of the most important safety developments in racing history. Tony Roper's funeral was held in the gymnasium of Fairgrove High School. The service drew over 600 attendees, including numerous NASCAR stars who gathered to honour his memory. The outpouring of support highlighted the profound impact Roper had on those around him. David Bates, a high school classmate, said, "It hit everybody in our town hard. It shook the town to its core." While on the track his achievements are remembered, his passing became a reminder of the risks of the sport and played a massive role in ushering critical safety advancements. The implementation of the HANS device and other safety measures in the wake of these tragedies has since been credited with saving numerous lives, ensuring that drivers can pursue their passion with a greater degree of protection. Sadly, the tragedy doesn't end there. Less than a year after Tony's fatal accident, Dean Roper, his father, also lost his life during a race. On August 19th, 2001, whilst competing at the Illinois State Fairgrounds in Springfield, Dean suffered a heart attack during his event. His car slowed on lap 17, veered into a pit area, and collided with some equipment. He was then transported to Memorial Medical Center in Springfield, where he was pronounced dead. An autopsy confirmed that a heart attack was the cause of death and not injuries from the crash itself. This event occurred just 10 months after Tony's death, marking a profound period of loss and grief for the Roper family. May they both rest in peace. As always, this is not an AI channel, I do everything myself, and if you appreciate my work, subscribe, and if you want to go the extra step to support the channel, maybe consider becoming a member. Hey everyone, thanks for the support as of late, and let me know what you thought about this video in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching.